Welcome to the Dirty Couch where we talk dirty. My name is Steve, aka So Sick.
And my name is Misty. We're on the couch where we have unfiltered, raw, uncensored, and very honest conversations.
And I'm quiet. This is the second episode of a series that we're going to be doing. But right now, today we're talking about toxic relationship and psychotic people.
Yes. You've come across them. You are those people maybe, or you've dated those people. We'll talk about all of that before the show ends.
And just to represent Kopala, we're not even here trying to floss and trying to say,
last week
now
we
we have
was
vodka,
we was
watch Macaulay, we don't care. This week we're having opaque beer.
Representing.
It has milk in it and it has sugar, just the way people don't like it, but I like it that way.
I like it like this as well. Has some ice cubes in it. It's really chilled, and I'm just really surprised that it tastes this good.
So
Oh man.
I passed through. This is how we do. We have to make a living. We have to make it work. But please tell me how it tastes. For all the slay queens out there that pretend you guys can't drink this, we put it in like a nice fancy ass glass. All right.
Somebody said that it's just packaging. You can sell anything to a slay queen as long as it's packaged
I
nicely.
said that.
Oh, you were that person?
I said if Chibuku was 250 kwacha
Oh, you did.
and it was
Once upon a
sold in a
time.
fancy pub, all the slay queens would always
I'd be
want
like,
Chibuku.
oh my
Hi, can I have
God.
2 shots of Chibuku? But since now, it's known for the ghetto and things like that. Everyone wants to run away from the ghetto, even though everyone is different.
associated with that.
Yeah, so they're Chibuku. By that time it becomes
But that's what
Chibuks.
we're doing today on this show.
Cheers. How does it taste though?
It tastes really good. I mean, mine, it has milk and sugar and ice cubes, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Not only am I going to get a bit tipsy, but I got hunger pains. I haven't eaten anything. All right, so today we're talking about toxic relationships.
It's like my mama's munkoyo.
Your mom's munkoyo is pretty good.
Very.
Yeah, I've had your mom's munkoyo. All right, so moving on from the drinks, and we're going to be refilling as well in our nice orange jug.
Go slow.
Anyway, go slow, never mind.
For me.
I'm the type of nigga that doesn't go slow. I'm a fast-going nigga.
Oh. Okay.
So now, what's the definition of a toxic relationship? I know most people have been hearing about all the stories that have been happening. People killing each other in Zambia over love and all that nonsense.
Oh, that. And we've read so many stories, especially over the past week and just like months. It's every week there's somebody killing somebody because they cheated, because they were jealous, because so many reasons.
So today we're going to give you the telltale signs of how to know that somebody's toxic in the relationship. We'll talk about that. But we're also as well, because the Dirty Couch is about ourselves as well. We're human beings. We go through a lot of bullshit.
That's
and
true.
that bullshit needs to be bullshitted out from our mouths. We need to tell you everything that we've gone through. I've experienced a few things. But before we do that, let's get a definition of what a toxic relationship is.
Oh,
I should forget so easily. We went through this like constantly.
No. Let's look it up and let's let you know what the experts say. They say by definition, a toxic relationship is characterized by behaviors on the part of the toxic partner that are emotionally and not infrequently physically damaging to their partner. Yeah, but while a healthy relationship, contributes to your self-esteem, your emotional energy, you just feel it's all about good vibes every time it comes around. It's like, oh my gosh, he makes me feel so good. Yeah, that's like it's a healthy relationship. But an unhealthy relationship involves, it is very damaging. Somebody's insecure. They're constantly accusing you of shit you didn't even do.
Then you ask.
They're all the time. They're just in your face. That is not healthy. It's emotionally draining. It drains your energy. It doesn't spark joy. Every time it comes around, just like, you try to have a conversation, like, good morning, babe, I really missed you. You replied 2 seconds late. You was smashing somebody. Like, how did you move to good morning?
All right, I gotta tell you a story. I was in a toxic relationship once.
Oh, for real.
And, but first, before we go there,
We get comfortable.
how do you know you're not the toxic one? We'll get to that point first. But I've been in a relationship where I'm a person who loves people who are destroyed.
Oh.
I've got.
You have a
called,
savior complex.
I've got a savior complex. Savior complex, basically, I want to save every soul.
Save everything.
So even when I look at my list of girls that I've been with, it's always somebody who's broken somehow.
Yeah.
Whether it's rape, whether it's child abuse, whether it's all sorts of things, and I am drawn to that type of person.
Ooh.
And every time that I hear a sob story, like if they say every hoe has a story, but I make sure it's not a hoe. It's somebody who actually has a proper heart.
Isn't that like every person has a story?
Every person has a story, but every hoe has a story too.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean,
a new one.
Some hoes give you those stories so that you can feel sorry for them.
Oh.
But then some people, when they're not hoes, they hide those stories, and then once they tell you those stories, and you're part of their connection, and they trust you enough to actually come out with those stories, you are their person. They go to you for everything, and
I agree.
And that's, I think, some of the mistakes I've made. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be in a relationship with people who've had tragedies or trauma. I'm just saying you need to be careful what you're giving to them. Okay. You might be giving them too much. Yeah. You might become their savior, and they only rely on your ass for everything. Emotional.
I mean, that becomes burdensome to you.
To be friends, you're their only friend. You're the only one who caters for their emotions. When you're not there, they are lost. And they freak out that they're about to lose this. So what do they start becoming? Toxic. They start checking on you, hoping that they won't lose you. That every time
they become over-dependent on you.
And then, unfortunately, you get tired of it. And then when you get tired of it, they now start thinking, what is wrong with me? Maybe it's him. So then I'm going to destroy everything around him.
Oh, man.
Until he's back to being mine. And I've gone through that. And the mistakes I've made through my toxic relationship, where I got to a point where somebody felt that I was theirs. Like, I was completely theirs and no one else's. So whenever I would even be home, somebody would call me. I say, where are you? Like, I'm at home with my wife. What the fuck? What the fuck do you want? Like, yeah, so what, you having sex with your wife? Yeah, I'm about to.
When people are married and they're in a relationship, and that's when stuff like that.
That's when I knew. I was like, this is crazy. This is getting to a point where now it's now becoming jealous. When you don't pick up your phone, you find a terrible text message. You hear about them trying to commit suicide, and you're now scared that whatever you do to them, so you start now handling them.
You have to baby them.
Handling them with rubber gloves. Everything that they say, I gosh, I'll walk home. You're like, oh no, let me drive there. I'll come and pick you up. No, I don't have salt pangand. Okay, and now you become a slave. So that toxic relationship always ends up bad. That's why when I hear these stories of how people kill themselves, I can honestly relate. Because sometimes we get into relationships and we want to heal people, but we're not fucking psychologists.
No.
All we can do is offer a helping hand. We can help someone out. But once you get to a certain point, you fuck it up. And that's my thing.
You can only do so much for somebody. And a lot of people are walking around, most of us, I should say, because this would be like an all-inclusive statement. Most of us are walking around with trauma that we've never actually dealt with. It might stem from your childhood, what happened in past relationships, and you just don't deal with it. So you just carry all this shit with you, and then you take it in new relationships, and then it becomes a burden on that relationship and the person that you start dating, the new person you meet.
Okay, I told my fucking story. I told my story. Now it's time for Misty to tell her story.
I've had my share of psychotic people as well.
You've got a long list?
I'll talk about the most psychotic person or the most toxic person I have dated. And we'll talk about that when we come back. Let's take a short break and I'll tell you all about it in living color.
I can't wait to hear this shit.